Hey, what's up folks? Welcome back to the channel. So, if you've ever walked into a plant shop, saw the price tags, and thought, whoa, that's a whole dinner date right there. Trust me, you're not alone. Plants don't have to break the bank, and you don't need to be some fancy green-thumbed expert to enjoy having a little greenery at home. Today I'm going to show you 34 super affordable indoor plants that are perfect if you're just starting out or you just don't want to spend a fortune. No fluff. No jargon, just cheap, chill plants that look great and are hard to kill. Let's dive into the list and find your next plant buddy in a budget. Alright, first up we've got the Ponytail Palm. Now, don't let the name fool you, it's not actually a palm and it sure doesn't need much babysitting. This one's great if you're the type who forgets to water. Like, often. It stores water in that thick base, kind of like a plant camel. So it's super drought tolerant. And man, that crazy hairdo of leaves, it gives your space a cool, funky vibe without screaming I tried too hard. You can grab one of these at big box stores for under 15 bucks, sometimes even cheaper if you catch a sale. It loves bright light, but it's chill in lower light too. Toss it in a corner, forget about it for a week or two, it'll be fine. Seriously, if you're just starting your plant journey and don't want to stress, the Ponytail Palm is a solid pick. Low drama, high style, that's the vibe. Next up is Dianthus. It sounds fancy, but hear me out. This little plant brings a pop of color that'll seriously brighten up your space, and you won't need to drop a ton of cash to make it happen. You can usually find these for around 5 bucks at local garden centers, sometimes even at grocery stores in the spring. They've got these vibrant pink, red, or white blooms that smell kinda spicy sweet almost like cloves. Super underrated. Just stick them near a sunny window, water when the top feels dry, and they'll reward you with flowers for weeks. They're technically outdoor plants, but they do just fine indoors if you've got decent light. Plus, they stay compact, so they're perfect for small spaces or windowsills. If you're craving something cheerful and low maintenance that looks like you put in more effort than you actually did, Dianthus is the move. Alright, number 3 is the Sago Palm. This one's got serious prehistoric vibes, like something out of Jurassic Park, but in a good way. It's got these stiff, glossy fronds that fan out in a super cool, symmetrical shape, and honestly, it looks way more expensive than it actually is. You can usually snag a small one for under 20 bucks, sometimes even cheaper at plant sales or nurseries. It doesn't need much, just some bright, indirect light and the occasional watering when the soil dries out. But heads up, this one's not pet-friendly, so if you've got a curious cat or dog, maybe keep it on a high shelf or skip it altogether. Otherwise, it's low maintenance and makes your space feel kind of upscale, like you know what you're doing even if you just bought it yesterday. Sago Palm's one of those plants that quietly makes a statement without being needy, and I respect that. Coming in at number 4. We've got the Broadleaf Lady Palm. This one's like the chill roommate who keeps the place looking classy without any drama. It's got these wide, fan-like leaves that kind of give off that zen spa vibe, and it does great indoors, especially if your lighting isn't the best. You don't need blazing sunlight, just some indirect light, and it's happy. Water it when the top inch of soil feels dry, and that's pretty much it. They're slow growers, but that means less trimming and less fuss. You can usually find smaller ones around 15 to 25 bucks depending on the size, and they're totally worth it for how much elegance they add to a room. Also, they're non-toxic to pets, which is a huge win. Honestly, if you're after something that looks polished but doesn't need constant babysitting, the Broadleaf Lady Palm is a no-brainer. Number 5 is common thyme. Yeah, it's technically an herb, but don't sleep on it as a solid indoor plant. It's cheap. It smells amazing, and you can actually use it when you cook, which is a win-win. You can grab a small thyme plant for like 3 to 5 bucks at most garden centers or even grocery stores. It likes a sunny windowsill, the more light the better, and just water it when the soil's dry. Super simple. It stays compact, so it won't take over your counter or windowsill, and that earthy scent kind of makes your kitchen or living space feel fresh, even if you haven't done the dishes. Plus, it's a cool way to dip your toes into growing edible plants without going full backyard farm. If you're into functional plants that pull double duty common thyme's, a great starter. Low effort, good vibes, and tastes great on potatoes. Number 6 is the Kentia Palm. And man, this one's got that laid-back tropical look without being high maintenance. It's tall, it's graceful, and it just makes your space feel more relaxed, like maybe you've got your life together, even if you totally don't. It handles low light way better than most palms, so it's perfect if your apartment doesn't get a ton of sun. Water it when the top couple inches of soil dry out, and that's pretty much all it asks for. You won't find it at every big box store, but local nurseries sometimes have smaller ones for under $25, especially if you catch a deal. And honestly, they grow slow, which is nice because it stays at a manageable size for a long time. It's also pet-friendly, which is a huge bonus for the dog or cat folks. Kentia is just one of those plants that quietly does its thing and looks good doing it, no attitude, just good vibes. Number 7 is Caladium, and if you're into bold colors and wild leaf patterns, this one's going to be your new favorite. The leaves look like they were painted by hand-bright reds, pinks, whites, greensits, like plant art. You can usually get a small pot or even the bulbs for super cheap, like $5 to $10, and they grow pretty fast once they get going. They like bright, indirect light and a little humidity, but they're not too needy. Just keep the soil slightly moist and they'll do their thing. One heads up though, they kind of go dormant in the fall and winter, so don't freak out if it looks like it's dying, it's just taking a nap. Come spring, it'll bounce right back. It's not the most low-maintenance plant ever, but the payoff in color is totally worth the small effort. Caladium's perfect if you want something that makes people go, "Whoa, what is that?" when they walk in. Number 8 is Butterfly Weedia. The name's kind of wild, but hear me out. This plant brings in bright orange blooms that honestly look like little fireworks. And it's super affordable. You can usually grab seeds or starter plants for under $5. It's technically more of an outdoor plant, but if you've got a sunny window, it can absolutely work indoors too. Just give it plenty of light and don't overwater. This one likes things on the drier side. What's cool is it actually attracts butterflies if you ever move it outside. But even inside, it adds a really cheerful, warm vibe to the room. It grows pretty upright and doesn't sprawl everywhere, so it's great if you're short on space. Plus, it's tough, doesn't need much fussing, and blooms like it's showing off. If you're looking for something bright, budget-friendly, and just a little different, Butterfly Weed's a solid pick. Number 9 is Geranium Classic, colorful, and honestly kind of a no-brainer if you want something that looks good without much hassle. You can find these guys for around $10 at pretty much any garden center or even grocery stores during the spring. They bloom with bright reds, pinks, and whites that instantly add a cheerful vibe to any room. Geraniums love a sunny spot, so a windowsill that gets some direct light is perfect. Water them when the top of the soil feels dry, but don't overdo it. These plants aren't fans of soggy roots. They do need a little airflow and occasional deadheading to keep those blooms coming, but honestly, it's not much work. Plus, they have a faint, citrusy smell that's kind of refreshing. If you want a budget-friendly, vibrant plant that's beginner-friendly and just plain pretty, geranium's definitely worth grabbing. Number 10 is the Pindo Palm. This one's got a little more personality than your average houseplant. It's got these feathery, arching fronds that give off a tropical, relaxed vibe without needing a ton of fuss. You can usually find smaller ones for around $20 at nurseries or plant shops if you keep an eye out. It's pretty tough, too, handling both bright indirect light and some lower light situations, though it'll grow better with more sun. Water it when the top inch of soil dries out. And don't overthink it, this palm's pretty forgiving. It grows slow, so it won't take over your space anytime soon. And it's pet-friendly, which is always a plus. If you want a plant that adds a bit of beachy energy to your place without breaking the bank or your patience, the Pindo Palm's a solid pick. Number 11 is Mint. And honestly, this one's a no-brainer if you want a plant that's both useful and super easy to grow. You can pick up a small mint plant for just a few bucks at pretty much any grocery store or garden center. It loves bright light but can handle some shade, so windowsills or kitchen counters work great. Water it when the soil feels dry, but watch out, it can get a bit wild and spread fast, so you might want to keep it in its own pot to avoid taking over everything. Plus, having fresh mint on hand for tea, cocktails, or cooking is a total win. It smells amazing, grows quickly, and adds a fresh green touch to your space. If you're starting out and want something that's both pretty and practical, mint is definitely a smart pick. Number 12 is Marigold. And honestly, These guys are like little bursts of sunshine you can grow right inside. They're super affordable, usually just a few bucks for seeds or small plants, and they're pretty easy to care for. Marigolds need a good amount of sunlight, so stick them on a bright windowsill where they can soak up some rays. Water them when the top inch of soil feels dry, but don't drown them. They like it on the drier side. One cool thing is they also help keep pests away, so they're not just pretty, they're kind of helpful too. They bloom bright orange and yellow flowers that last a good while, adding a cheerful vibe to any room. If you want a low-cost, low-effort plant that makes a statement with color, marigolds are definitely worth it. Number 13 is Oakleaf Hydrangea. And if you want a plant that brings some serious style and texture indoors, this one's a great pick. It's got those big lobed leaves that look kind of like oak leaf scents, the name, and they change colors through the seasons, which is pretty cool to watch. You can usually find smaller plants for around 15 to 20 bucks, which isn't bad at all. It likes bright, indirect light and needs to stay evenly moist, so watering once the topsoil starts to dry is the way to go. It's not the fastest grower, but it rewards you with nice, fluffy flower clusters if you're patient. Just a heads up, it's more common as an outdoor plant, but if you've got a bright spot and some patience, it can definitely work inside. It adds a bit of that I care about my space vibe without feeling like you're babysitting a diva. Number 14 is Eucalyptus, and this one's got that fresh, clean smell that instantly makes your room feel spa-level chill. It's super affordable if you grab a small plant or even some stems to root, usually around 10 to 20 bucks, depending on where you shop. Eucalyptus loves bright light like a sunny window, and it doesn't ask for much besides letting the soil dry out a bit between watering. It grows fast, so you'll see it filling out nicely if you keep up with trimming it back a bit. Plus, it's got that classic silvery green look that works in pretty much any style of room, from modern to rustic. Heads up though, it can get a bit tall, so make sure you've got space for it to stretch out. If you want a cool-smelling, easy-to-care-for plant that looks great and smells even better, Eucalyptus is definitely worth a shot. Number 15 is Citronella. And if you're looking for a plant that not only looks cool but also helps keep the bugs away, this is your guy. It's pretty cheap, usually under 20 bucks for a decent-sized plant stand. It's got these long, grassy leaves that give off that fresh lemony scent when you brush against them. It likes bright light, so stick it near a sunny window and keep the soil moist but not soggy. It's pretty forgiving if you forget to water every now and then. Bonus: having a citronella plant indoors can help keep mosquitoes and other pests out of your space, which is a nice little perk. It grows upright and can get fairly tall, so it adds a nice vertical element to your plant collection. If you want something functional, affordable, and pretty easy to care for, Citronella is a solid pick. Number 16 is Lavender, and this one's a favorite. For a reason, it smells amazing and brings that classic calming vibe to any room. You can usually snag a small lavender plant for under 15 bucks at nurseries or garden stores. It loves lots of sunlight, so a bright window is ideal, and it prefers well-drained soil. Don't overwater it, or the roots will hate you. Lavender grows fairly compact indoors, so it's perfect for countertops or shelves. And if you keep it trimmed, it stays neat and encourages more blooms. The scent alone is worth it, but it also looks super charming with those soft purple flowers. If you want a plant that's both pretty and practical, plus beginner-friendly, lavender's a solid pick for your indoor garden. Number 17 is Wormwood, and this one's a bit of a hidden gem for indoor gardening. It's super affordable, usually under 10 bucks if you can find it at a local nursery or online. The plant has these silvery gray leaves that give your space a unique texture and color without needing much attention. Wormwood likes bright, indirect light and well-draining soil, so keep it near a sunny window, but don't let it sit in soggy dirt. It's pretty drought tolerant too, so you can skip watering here and there without stressing it out. Plus, it's known for its natural pest repellent qualities, so it can help keep unwanted bugs away inside your home. If you're after a low-maintenance, cool-looking plant that doesn't cost much and pulls double duty, Wormwood's definitely worth a shot. Number 18 is Geranium, and honestly, these are classics for a reason. Bright, cheerful flowers that can really brighten up any spot without costing you much. You can usually grab a small geranium for under 15 bucks, which is a steal considering how much color they bring. They love bright light, so put them near a sunny window where they can soak up those rays. Water when the top inch of soil feels dry, but don't go overboard. These guys don't like soggy roots. Geraniums are pretty forgiving if you miss a watering or two, and they bloom almost all year if you keep them happy. Plus, they give off a nice subtle scent and even repel some pests, so they're kind of doing double duty. If you want an easy, affordable plant that adds a pop of color and doesn't require a green thumb, geraniums are a solid bet. Number 19 is basil, and this one's a total win if you like fresh herbs on hand without spending much. You can usually find a small basil plant for under $10, which is awesome for something you can actually use in the kitchen. Basil loves bright, direct sunlight, so a south-facing window is perfect, and it likes to stay moist but not waterlogged. Pinch off the tops regularly to keep it growing bushy and prevent it from flowering too soon. It smells amazing and really freshens up the room. Plus, having it indoors means you're just a snip away from adding fresh flavor to your meals. It's super beginner-friendly, so if you're just starting with indoor plants and want something practical and low-cost, basil's definitely the way to go. Number 20 is thyme, and this little guy is a total no-brainer if you want a low-maintenance herb that's super cheap and easy to grow indoors. You can usually pick up a thyme plant for under $10, which is great for beginners or anyone on a budget. It loves bright light, so stick it near a sunny window where it can get a good few hours of sun each day. Thyme doesn't like to be overwatered. Let the soil dry out a bit between watering, and it'll be happy as can be. It's also great for cooking, adding fresh flavor to dishes, plus it smells really nice and fresh inside your home. If you want something simple, affordable, and practical that doesn't require much fuss, thyme's a solid pick to add to your indoor garden. Number 21 is wintergreen, and this one's pretty cool if you're looking for a hardy, low-cost indoor plant that's easy to care for. You can usually find a small wintergreen plant for around $10 or less, making it a budget-friendly option. It's got these shiny, dark green leaves that give off a fresh, minty scent when you brush them, which is a nice bonus for your space. Wintergreen likes bright but indirect light, so keep it near a window that gets some sunlight, but not too intense. Water it when the topsoil feels dry, but don't drown it. This plant's pretty forgiving if you forget once in a while. It grows slow and steady, so you won't need to repot often, and it adds a subtle splash of green that looks great anywhere. If you want an affordable, chill plant with a fresh vibe, wintergreen's definitely worth adding to your collection. Number 22 is sage, and it's a solid pick if you want a plant that's both useful and pretty easy on your wallet. You can usually snag a small sage plant for around $10 or less, which is great for beginners. It thrives in bright light, so place it near a sunny window where it can soak up plenty of rays. Sage prefers well-draining soil and doesn't like to be overwatered, so let the top inch dry out between watering. The leaves have a nice earthy scent, and it's perfect for cooking or even making tea. Plus, it adds a nice touch of greenery with its soft, silvery leaves. If you're looking for an affordable indoor plant that's low maintenance and practical, sage is definitely one to consider. Number 23 is rosemary, and this one's a favorite for anyone who loves cooking and wants a fragrant, low-cost plant to brighten up their kitchen. You can usually find a small rosemary plant for under $10, which is a great deal for something so useful. It needs lots of sunlight, so a sunny window is ideal. Think at least 6 hours a day to keep it happy. Rosemary likes well-drained soil and doesn't need a ton of water, so just let it dry out between watering. The smell alone is worth it fresh, piney, and cleaned. It's awesome for seasoning meals or even making homemade oils. It's pretty tough, too, so if you're a beginner and want something affordable that smells amazing and looks great, rosemary is definitely worth grabbing. Number 24 is Roman chamomile, and it's a chill little plant that's perfect if you want something affordable and low maintenance with a nice calming vibe. You can usually pick one up for under $10, which is great if you're just starting out. It loves bright, indirect light too. Much direct sun can be a bit harsh, so find a spot with good natural light but not blazing sun all day. Keep the soil slightly moist but not soggy, and it'll reward you with those tiny daisy-like flowers that smell awesome and relaxing. People often use it for tea or aromatherapy, so it's both pretty and practical. Plus, it doesn't take much fuss to keep alive, making it a solid choice if you want to add some natural calm to your space without spending a lot. Number 25 is lemongrass. And this one's pretty cool if you want a fresh, citrusy smell in your home without breaking the bank. It's usually super affordable, and you can find small plants for around $10 or less. Lemongrass loves bright light, so stick it near a sunny window where it can soak up plenty of rays. It's pretty easygoing, just keep the soil moist but not soaked, and it'll grow nicely. Plus, you can chop off some stalks to use in cooking or teas, which is a nice bonus. It adds a bit of height and a tropical feel to your space too. So if you want something inexpensive that smells great and looks good, lemongrass is a solid pick. Number 26 is the Dwarf Areca Palm, and it's a great little plant if you want that classic palm look without spending a ton. You can usually grab one for a pretty decent price, especially the smaller ones, so it's beginner-friendly budget-wise. It does best in bright, indirect light. Too much direct sun can burn those fronds, but it's pretty forgiving if you're not perfect with lighting. Keep the soil moist, but don't overdo it, and it'll grow nice and bushy over time. It's a chill plant that adds a tropical vibe to any room and even helps clean the air a bit, so it's both practical and stylish. If you want a low-cost palm that's easy to care for, the Dwarf Areca is definitely worth considering. Number 27 is the Daylily, and this one's a solid choice if you want something colorful that won't cost you much. These guys are super hardy and pretty forgiving for beginners. Plus, they bloom with these bright, cheerful flowers that can really brighten up a space. They like a good amount of sunlight, so a sunny spot by the window is perfect. Water them regularly, but don't drown, and letting the soil dry out a bit between watering works best. The cool thing is, daylilies are pretty low maintenance and can even thrive if you forget about them sometimes, which is great for busy folks. If you want a budget-friendly plant that adds some pop and doesn't require much fuss, daylilies fit the bill perfectly. Number 28 is the sweet potato vine, and this one's a real crowd pleaser if you want something that grows fast and looks great without breaking the bank. It's got these really cool heart-shaped leaves that can be green, purple, or even variegated, so it adds some nice color and texture to your space. It's pretty chill about light, does well in bright, indirect light, but can handle some shade too. Water it when the top inch of soil feels dry, and it'll keep growing like crazy. It's perfect for hanging baskets or trailing off shelves, giving you that lush, full vibe without a lot of effort. For a cheap and easy plant that's a little different but super forgiving, sweet potato vine is definitely a winner. Plant number 29 is Citronella, and this one's awesome if you're looking to keep those pesky bugs away naturally while adding some greenery. It's that lemony-smelling plant you've probably heard about for mosquito repellent, and it actually works pretty well indoors if you keep it happy. Give it lots of bright light, and keep the soil moist but not soggy, and it'll thrive. It's a bit bushy and tall, so it makes a great statement piece in a sunny corner. Plus, it's low maintenance, which is perfect if you're just starting out or don't have a ton of time to fuss with plants. Plant number 30 is Coleus, and man, this one's all about the color those bright, funky leaves really pop and brighten up any room. It's super easy to care for too. Just keep it in good indirect light and water it when the topsoil feels dry. Coleus grows fast, so you'll see it fill out a pot pretty quickly, which is always satisfying. The cool part is you can find it in tons of different colors and patterns, so you can pick whatever vibe you want. Just watch out for too much direct sun, because that can scorch the leaves. It's a great beginner plant if you want something that's both chill and eye-catching without needing a green thumb. Plus, it doesn't take up much space, so perfect for apartments or desks. Plant number 31 is Geranium, and honestly, this one's a classic for a reason. It's super low maintenance and adds a nice splash of color with those bright blooms. You just want to keep it somewhere sunny, like by a window, and not overwater it, since they like their soil to dry out a bit between drinks. Geraniums are pretty forgiving, so even if you forget once in a while, they bounce back. Plus, they don't take up much room, so great for small spaces or windowsills. They're also known for keeping bugs away, which is a nice bonus if you're into that natural vibe. You can prune them easily to keep them looking neat and encourage more flowers. Overall, it's a chill plant that looks good and doesn't stress you out, perfect for beginners who want something bright and breezy indoors. Plant number 32 is Verbena, and this little guy is a real showstopper for beginners, super easy to care for and packed with colorful flowers that just keep coming. You want to put it somewhere it can get plenty of sunlight because that's when it really shines. It's pretty drought tolerant too, so no need to obsess over watering every day. Just let the soil dry out a bit between. Verbena is also great if you're looking to add some natural charm to your space without a ton of fuss. Plus, it attracts butterflies if you happen to keep it near a sunny porch or big window, which is a nice touch. It doesn't mind a bit of pruning here and there to keep it bushy and blooming longer. Honestly, it's one of those plants that looks like you're trying hard, but really, it just wants to chill and brighten your room with minimal effort. Definitely a solid pick if you want something affordable, colorful, and no hassle. Plant number 33 is the Metallica Palm. And man, this one's got some serious style with those silvery blue leaves that almost look futuristic. It's pretty chill when it comes to care like's bright, indirect light, but can handle some lower light situations too, so it's great for indoors. Water-wise, just keep it steady. Don't drown it, but don't forget it either. Letting the topsoil dry out between watering works fine. What I love is how it adds this cool modern vibe to any room without being a diva about humidity or fancy soil. Plus, it grows slowly, so you won't have to prune all the time or worry about it taking over your space. Perfect for beginners who want something unique, but low-key. And yeah, it's affordable, so you don't have to break the bank to get a plant that's both striking and easygoing. Definitely a winner for sprucing up your space without the usual plant drama. Plant number 34 is Scaevola, and this little gem is all about those fan-shaped flowers that instantly brighten up your space without asking for much in return. It's super easygoing, thrives in bright spots, but can handle some chill indirect light too. So no stress if your window situation isn't perfect. Watering is straightforward. Keep the soil evenly moist, but don't let it sit in water, simple as that. What's cool is how it blooms almost all year round if you give it a little love, making your room feel alive without much hassle. It's compact, so it won't take over your place, but still manages to catch some serious attention with its unique blooms. Plus, it's pretty tough resist pests and doesn't need fancy fertilizers to look good. For beginners, it's a solid pick since it won't freak out if you miss a watering or two. And the best part? It's affordable, so you can add that pop of color without emptying your wallet. Perfect for someone who wants a splash of nature that's low-key but still makes a statement. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more affordable indoor plant ideas and beginner tips. Drop a comment if you have any questions or want to share your plant stories. See you in the next video.